I went to bed last night at 11 o'clock. My son came home at 1 o'clock, and I laid in bed until 2:30, 3 o'clock. There's nothing worse than laying in bed and not sleeping. So I got up and went to the gym. And now I'm at work at 5 a.m. I never met anybody that didn't need a little bit of counseling. Now, first things first, coffee. So this is my morning routine in a nutshell. I get up, I go to the gym, do something, even if it's only for 10-15 minutes. But I gotta do something just to get myself moving. Take a shower, get cleaned up, maybe have a quick bite to eat, and then out the door, get to the office, open up the computer, give a quick skim of the emails, see what's new. I don't spend any time on any one of them, but I wanna know what's there. So I have an idea on what's coming and what I have to deal with. And then quick scan of messages, see what new messages are in, and how much time it's going to take me to reply to some of the just casual messages like Facebook, YouTube, things like that. The coffee's ready, so I grab a cup of coffee and then I start replying to messages. Let's do that. That's the fun part of my day. Another part of my morning that I really enjoy is just going out on the front door and watching people go through that intersection. I had to turn the light out. It was a little bit too bright for this early in the morning. But, so I want to explain this to-do list a little bit more. I picked this up years ago in sales, where the group that I was working with, we had booklets done up for every month. There was a booklet that you got, and it was paper. It wasn't, they didn't care if you put it in your computer or in your phone, but you need to write it into your book as well. So they gave you this booklet every month that you got a book, something like this, and every 2 pages was a day. And it was broken up in different things on these 2 pages on what you had to write in there. And we had a sales meeting every 2 days. And in that sales meeting, you had to talk about, you weren't allowed to skip, you weren't allowed to say, oh, I got nothing going on, or say, you didn't have that option. You needed to talk about something on what you were doing. So you had these pages that you kept a log of everything you were doing all the time. And it worked really well. And so I kind of try and keep it going with myself to kind of keep a visual log on what I did today. And like I mentioned, I have a blue pen and a red pen. It's red. No, it's green, but it's a red. It writes in red. So my blue pen, I write everything that I have to do. And red pen is the progress that I've done, anything that I've done with that, like I mentioned earlier. So if at the end of the day, there's not enough red on these pages, maybe it's not time to go home yet. You need to do a little bit more. So that's how it breaks down, because with the red, you see automatically at a glance how much is going on. Not how much is going on, how much you've accomplished. This is what, blue pen is what's going on. This is what you're doing about it. Red. Oh, the green, yeah. I was gonna say something smart about red lights and green lights. It's not that smart. It's very early in the morning. So how I break this down, I put on the top of the one page, to do. That's everything that I really need to get done today. Then I put projects on this side. Those are things that I want to work on, I need to work on, but it's not important. It doesn't need to be done today. Then on the middle of the page to the bottom left, I'll write out all the people, the clients that I'm currently actively working with and have a contract and responsibility towards. They are priority in my to-do list. So they go right underneath the to-do list here, and they need to be addressed. They don't need to be contacted, but that file needs to be addressed, and you need to be thinking about those people every single day. So every one of their names and addresses gets written down on there in blue, and there needs to be some red at the end of the day beside each one of those names. Because when you sign a contract with somebody and they give you the responsibility to help them, you need to make sure you're doing the job. You can't be sitting there a week down the road thinking, what should I do with that client? You know, it's like, you should know what you've been doing and you should know what you need to do. That's number one priority when you're dealing in sales and with clients. Clients are your responsibility. Left-hand page for me is people that I'm currently trying to develop a relationship with in helping them sell their house. I write a progress report in red on how that's been progressing. Sometimes it moves forward, sometimes it stalls, sometimes it's 2 weeks from now. Then I'll set a reminder to go 2 weeks forward and follow up with them then. But they always get listed there, and something's always written about how things are going with them. And if the relationship moves forward, perfect. If it doesn't, then it fizzles off, it goes somewhere else, whatever it is. At least you keep documents in there, because in sales, there is nothing worse than, whatever happened to that lead? That was a good lead. Oh, I should call them. And it's been 2 weeks, you called them up. So, oh yeah, we listed the place for sale. It sold right away. It went well. It happens, and it sucks, but it happens. So, very important. Keep track of your leads. Keep track of your prospects. And it will happen to you. I've done so many different jobs in my life. It's amazing. But I've been doing sales, real estate, longer than any of them. And I really enjoy it. I really, the whole process is very difficult, but when you get to the end and the feeling you get when you help somebody sell their house, it's just so great. It makes the difficulty of it all, and the early mornings, the late nights, the long weekends, it makes it all worth it. So that's why I like to come in early in the morning and get everything organized and try and make every day worthwhile. Now, don't get me wrong, I do love my sleep, I really do. but I also do enjoy getting up early in the morning. Taking that extra hour to get out of bed and get going, it gives me a little bit of peace of mind, because I'm not rushing out the door. I'm not in a hurry to make sure I catch the bus or anything like that. I got a little extra time. So if I want to sit and relax and have a coffee a little bit longer, I can do that. I don't have to make sure that I run out the door at a certain time. So that's why I like getting up early in the morning. Plus, if I get to the office early, get my day organized, have my to-do list done, scan my emails, know what I have coming, then, I could take that extra time once people start showing up at the office and sit and have a coffee and talk for a little while. Having it written down in front of me and actually physically having to write it, then it doesn't disappear when I put it into my phone. because I put to-do lists in my phone, and once it's in there, it just disappears off into the cloud. You know, it's not in front of me, so I tend to forget about it a lot faster. This way, you know, it's right there in front of me. And like I said, with the blue pen and the red pen, you know, you see at a glance, you know, what's in front of you and what you've done and what you have to do. So it works well for me. I enjoy it. Hope you're having a great morning. Now I gotta go take a nap.